We're back, and this time with Caryn Kunkle, who is such a true visionary and has been a tremendous influence among the art community in Philadelphia. Welcome again, Caryn.
Thanks for having me, Dr. Joanne.
It's actually such a pleasure, and I've been looking and studying all that you're doing here and your vision, which is not just for Philadelphia, although you want to launch PMOCA in Philadelphia, but the idea is humongous and totally international, and it will help so many people. So tell us a little bit about artjohn.com, because that's the first time we're hearing it on Power Your Life.
It is. So this is the first time we've ever done anything in public with Artjohn, and I'll spell that for you because it's a Philly word. Jawn, J-A-W-N, is like, pass me that John over there, or I went to this great John last night. It's a very versatile word. And so it refers to kind of anything that is art. So artjohn.com is a solution to a lot of, to a crisis that a lot of artists face when they get out of school. And that crisis is, who am I, what am I, and how do I do it? And
but it's not just for artists. The concept is so much larger than that, right?
Sure. So it is going to solve a lot of problems that we face as an art community, not just as individual artists. You're absolutely right. And as an art community, we have a lot of overlap. So a lot of museums are in competition with each other for funding, a lot of artists are in competition with each other for galleries, and a lot of galleries are in competition with each other for publicity and popularity. So in this digital age, why can't we have a little bit of cohesiveness and share some resources and ideas? And Artjohn creates a forum of conversation for everybody that is in the art market.
So rather than thinking about this in a way, in a competitive way, it's really about looking at it as an interactive way to unite and to build and also to fund art and museums, and even go not just in Philadelphia, as I said, but go national and international. You were recently in Italy.
Correct, yeah, so going back to the theme of thinking up, which we discussed, I continually came up with the problem of, okay, there's a lot of need for an art museum that addresses the living arts. Again, it's a $3.4 billion industry.
Huge.
And that's just Philadelphia. That's not internationally. Internationally, the art market is one of the most stable fiscal markets that there is. So what we did is we basically created a website where artists and organizations can create a profile and interact with each other, similar to Facebook or Instagram, but it's a little bit more professional than that, so you can also do research and connect to resources that are around you. And
how does that benefit the museums and the art community, other than the artists that are part of that resource?
That's a great question. So I came up with against the problem of having to get funding for a museum of contemporary art. How can I do that? You know, I'm a 31-year-old young lady with ideas that everybody says, you know, can't you just go and be quiet
away,
somewhere?
Please,
yes.
Caryn.
Stop trying to get the divine Lorraine.
Shaking up the boat here.
So I figured out a way to empower everybody who is a player in that $3.4 billion industry. And we're not creating anything new. We're just creating conversation between all of the existing entities. And that conversation, I've discovered in the past 7 years doing business in the arts, is what drives commerce. So if we take away some of the competition, for example, art museums are always vying to get funding, and there's galas on different days of the year, etc. But PMOCA is a revolutionary kind of museum because we'll be crowdfunded. We take just a small percentage of all of the activity that currently exists in the art market, and we use that to build the museum, and it's based on our community's needs.
So it's helping that museum, but it's also helping all the other museums, and it has a unifying concept and ability.
Correct. So now when you come to Philadelphia, you'll be able to go on artjohn.com and you'll be able to click all the things that you want to do in the arts in Philadelphia. You'll be able to check out and pay once. You'll be able to print out all the information that you need and be able to rely on the fact that it's reliable. It's not like Wikipedia where you are wondering what if.
So when are we launching, like right now? Like today is the day?
Today is the day.
Today is the day.
And other cities have asked for a similar business model, a website that unifies the resources that then creates the museum by crowdfunding it. And so there will be a waiting list for people that are not in Philadelphia to sign up on and let us know what your resources are.
Now, I think that's a fantastic idea. Will those in other cities, will they also be connected to one another as a whole global feature then?
Yeah, that's the idea. So I personally am a world traveler. I know Ed travels like every 5 minutes. You know, Bill and Hillary travel a lot, and for people like us, being able to access a website like artjohn.com that tells you what's going on in the town that you're going to or the city that you're going to, and where you can see local art, where you can see international art, or when an international artist is coming to your local neighborhood. There's not really a list like that, and there used to be back in the day when you were a Roman.
And they had guilds, right?
And so this really is kind of helping artists and organizations
and the community and the art world and the museums.
And so museums, for example, in Philadelphia, instead of being in competition for ticket sales all the time, now there will be a unified ticket system where if you buy, let's say, a day pass, you go to different museums and then it pays out those museums individually.
So all the museums benefit from this concept. Caryn, I love the vision, I love the idea, and I like to thinking of it in a global way. Thanks so much for being here and sharing it with us. Power Your Life will be right back. Ahead, find out what's hot for next week. Thank you. Are you limited by small-minded thinking? What if you knew, beyond a doubt, that your imagination could fuel your future? Sounds a little crazy, maybe reckless? Well, it could seem foolish, but it works. Your imagination is limitless, held back only by your fears and doubts. So let's try a new angle. Any doubt or fear that dares to surface, thank it. Let it know that you'll consider it. It's really a way to shut it up while you focus on your imagination. Dream big, dream as vividly as you can with details. Write it down, draw it, sing it, envision it. Share it and keep your focus on your dream at every opportunity. It's really the dreamers with a strong dose of action and some practicality that change themselves and the world. Thanks for being with us tonight. Are you tired of dieting? On our next show, we'll find out if the secret to weight loss is chemistry, not calories. Remember that you have the power to power your dreams and power your life.